If I could tell every homeschool mom just one thing, it would be this. You don't have to do everything. I know it feels like you do, but after homeschooling for 20 years and coaching hundreds of moms, I've learned this. A homeschool you love does not come from trying to fit it all in. It comes from knowing what matters most. And today, I want to show you a simple framework that helped our family do just that. As homeschool moms, we do so much because we care. We want to give our kids every opportunity. We don't want to miss anything important. And so we start looking around. We start comparing our homeschool to other families' homeschool. And we scroll on social media. Or we watch YouTube. I see you. We're asking people for curriculum recommendations, and then we find a beautiful curriculum and we think, oh my gosh, this is exactly what I need. And then we find another beautiful curriculum, and then another. And before long, every single subject feels essential. We couldn't possibly have our kids miss this opportunity, and it all feels too good to pass up, so we just keep adding on. Until one day we look around our homeschool and we're wondering, how am I going to do all of this? And that's when homeschooling starts feeling heavy. And I've come to see this time and time again with homeschool moms. The more insecure we feel, the more we add on, and the more our homeschool becomes unsustainable. And it becomes this really awful cycle we find ourselves in. For a long time, I assumed homeschooling was overwhelming because I needed to be better. I needed to be better organized. I needed to be better at managing my time. I needed to be better disciplined. And then I thought if I could just get it together, it would all come together. Have you had that conversation with yourself? Like, oh, come on, Amanda, get it together. Maybe you've heard that too. But what if the problem isn't that we need to get it together? What if it isn't a character issue? What if it's a capacity issue? Because those are two different things. Think about somebody who is trying to carry 10 grocery bags into the house all at once. You probably wouldn't say, hey, get it together, right? You'd say something like, gosh, I think you're carrying too much. Maybe you should put something down. But somehow, when it comes to homeschooling, we don't give ourselves that grace. We assume because we are feeling overwhelmed that we're failing. Sometimes it's simply because we're caring more than we're meant to. It took me a very long time to come to the realization that I couldn't carry everything. I mean, sometimes the conversations I had in my head were just, they were so unrealistic. Like, why did I think I could do that? But I had very unrealistic expectations as to what I could carry. And when I realized, I don't need to carry all that. I shouldn't try to carry all that. That's silly. Don't do that. This is how I talk to myself in my head. When I realized that, I started asking a different question. Instead of thinking, okay, how do I fit all this beautiful curriculum into our homeschool time? I began asking, well, what of this beautiful homeschool curriculum that I want to do actually matters most? Because what I discovered is the more priorities we have, the more curriculum we have, the harder it becomes to make good decisions. Everything started feeling urgent and everything starts feeling important. And when everything is equally important, you have no priorities. Nothing can be a priority if everything's important. So while I was thinking I needed a better planner, what I actually needed was fewer competing priorities. Fewer competing priorities. And that one shift began to change everything for me. And instead of trying to do every single subject, every single activity, and giving everything equal opportunity and weight, I decided to get really clear on what mattered most. And honestly, narrowing down to what matters most is a big leadership moment on your part because it's going to feel hard. And that's okay. So stick with me because what I want to introduce to you is the core four. Now, this is the simple framework that works for our family in deciding what matters most. And that goes math, language arts, science, and social studies. These are the four subjects we cover within a week. Now, let me be clear, this doesn't mean things like art or music or nature study or handicrafts or field trips aren't important. Those things are valuable, and we still do many of those things. They just aren't competing as a priority every single day for every single kid in every single season. Because when I know what matters most, I can enjoy everything we're doing without feeling guilty that I'm not doing it all. Now, my three older boys are cycling through the core four that sometimes gets switched to core three or even core two, depending on what's going on during the week. Now, my youngest, who's currently 6, he's going into first grade. It looks a little bit different for kindergartens all the way through, second or third grade. At this age, I'm far less concerned with trying to check off some kind of formal science curriculum or making sure my kid learns about some history lesson every single day. My boys get those things through read alouds and nature walks and library books and, field trips and simply experiencing life together. So we don't do a curriculum for science and social studies until about third, maybe fourth grade. So if you've got littles, just focus on math and language arts in this season. As your kiddos get older and more independent, you can add those subjects in more formally and they can move into the daily priorities of the core four. But while they're young, keep it simple. Now, when I help moms simplify to the core four, usually I get the response of, "Is that going to be enough?" Listen, I get it. There is a fear, a real fear that if we aren't doing all of these things, my kid is missing out on their learning journey. But what I know about my own homeschooling experience and what my boys are going through is when we simplify, they don't learn less. They actually learn more. They have more room to grow. They're not just consuming knowledge from a textbook or a workbook. They're living life and gleaning from what is around them. They have the opportunity to get creative and curious and have conversations that would never come in a packed schedule. Ask me how I know. My kids, they have room to be bored and discover they're capable of creating something on their own. My boys are confident, and I'm proud of that. We worked hard for confidence. And this free time that we give them, this is margin. And margin is not wasted time. It's where some of the best learning happens, and our kids have the opportunity to develop independence, become critical thinkers. And that's why our afternoons are not more worksheets or busy work, or we're rushing from one thing to the next. My boys have space to be curious, creative, and capable young men. And if you're wondering how that works with 4 boys and less than 900 square feet, it's true. That's where we live. I've got a video where I share just that. I'll link to it below, and I think it'll encourage you because sometimes the most valuable part of homeschooling isn't something we add. It's when we finally make room for what matters most. If you're just getting started with homeschooling or you've been doing this a few years and you're still wondering, am I doing enough? Can I remind you of something? You do not have to do everything this year. Your children don't need a homeschool that does it all. They need a homeschool that's built around what matters most. One that is sustainable, that's consistent, and one where you feel free to enjoy learning with them. Because years from now, your kids aren't going to remember every single checked box that you did with them in homeschool. They're going to remember what it felt like to learn with you. I still remember learning to read with my dad when I was like 5 or 6. I had so much joy and I cherish those memories. Like it was some of the best times, happiest time of my childhood because my dad was just focusing on me. I don't remember a single book we read, but I sure remember our little reading chart, moving the car around. I used hooked on phonics, moving the car around and celebrating with him when I completed the learning how to read track. That's what I remember. And that's what I want my boys to remember. how it felt to learn with me. Now, if today's video felt like permission you've been needing to simplify, I've got a little gift for you, and it's called Sticky Notes for Your Soul. It's a free collection of little permission slips you can print out and keep wherever you need them. On your bathroom mirror, inside your planner, taped to your kitchen cabinet, and they're simple reminders like, I don't have to do it all to be a good mom. Connection matters more than completion, and I'm allowed to change what's not working. Sometimes we don't need another homeschool resource. We need permission to let go of the things that don't matter most right now. You can download them below. I also have a great audio about writing yourself a permission slip as a homeschool mom. And if you want to know what it looks like for our morning routine to be in action, I've got my morning routine video right here, and the link will also be in the description below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I'd love for you to stick around. I'll see you in the next video.